Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, emos of all ages, Never a Phase Network brings to you the #1 emo podcast in the world, Emo Kids Anonymous. Now, today we are joined by Future Teens. Future Teens got a record coming out on May 8th called Still Life, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is going to be one of my Album of the Year contenders. This is a beautiful, beautiful blend of like emo and pop rock, indie rock, 90s suburban mom rock almost. I don't know. It's fucking, dare I say, magical, and we really dive into the record. It's quite the conversation. I like these motherfuckers a lot. But before we get into that, do me a favor, toss us a follow, a like. If you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify or Apple, whatever it is, if you could subscribe to the pod, give us a follow, leave a comment, a review, a rating, all that stuff really matters more than you know. If you've already done it, just fucking do it again so I can stop asking you. It's really weird for all of us, okay? Social media, obviously, Emo Kids Anonymous, Instagram, TikToks, Twitters. You know how to find fucking profiles on the internet. I'm not going to be fucking weird to you. We got a Discord. The link is down in the description. NeverPhaseNetwork.com, EmoKidsAnonymous.com. And as always, this episode is brought to you by Protégé. Now, Protégé is the all-in-one face serum. It'll take your face from fucky to fresh, okay? Fix your face with some Protégé. It's got retinol, it's got sunscreen, it's got minerals, vitamins. Doesn't have any battery juice or bug juice. I promise you that. Now, right now, you can go over to Protégé.com. You enter Emo Kids at checkout. You get your first bottle for only $10, okay? You enter Emo Kids at checkout. Your first bottle is $10. After that, you enter Rob40, and you save 40% on every order forever, okay? You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, here's our interview with Future Teens.
Hello.
Hi, Amy. Honored to have you. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I was doing better before I listened to your record in full earlier, and you kind of kicked me a few times. Like we got a lot to talk about. But anyways,
Yeah,
welcome to Emo Kids Anonymous.
thank you.
While I have you here, would you guess this is time to introduce yourself to the people watching who maybe don't know Future Teens.
Yeah, we will have Daniel soon also,
Cool.
eventually. Yeah, I'm Amy. I play guitar and sing in the band Future Teens.
And you guys have been at it for a while out of Boston, but we have a new record coming out, I want to say, in about a couple days after this will come out, early May 8th, right?
Yeah,
And it is an absolute barn burner, scorcher of a record. I have thoughts on basically every track, but what was the process of the band beginning, I guess, because it looks like it starts in about 2014 or so. We don't get a
yeah,
record for a handful of years, and then we've
yeah.
been grinding away ever since.
The band kind of started as a bit. Daniel and our friend Gabe Goodman, who is an incredible songwriter and producer. He's got a lot of his own music that's really amazing. They grew up together, started this band as a bit. The idea was like, what if we write these songs as though we're still teenagers, but we're playing them years later. We're like a band from the Pure Volume era that grew up, but we still
Sick.
play those songs. So that's like was the idea originally, and then the band played maybe a couple of shows just for fun, and then Gabe left the band to go to grad school, and that's around the time Daniel and I matched on Tinder, where you famously go to find bandmates.
This is the first band that's ever. I got a perfect time for Daniel to show up.
What's up,
Daniel? How you doing?
The delay, I was downloading the app and I was confused.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. It's an annoying app. I was just being told that the band formed from meeting on Tinder.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, are we live? Are we doing
Yeah.
things? Or are we just
But actually, so this app is actually the worst podcasting app there is. I'm sorry. They don't give us any money. Daniel, I need you to leave and come back with it sideways. It won't just change while you're here. So I have to
All right.
awkwardly tell people to leave like the first time I meet them. It sucks.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm
Get
out.
out of here.
I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out of here.
Bounce them. Oh, we got rid of that guy, you know. Anyways. So matched on Tinder,
Yeah.
logically.
Yeah, Daniel sent me a message that was like, "Hey, I know this is exactly what this is for. Are you maybe interested in playing music together? Here's this band I'm in," and sent me Future Teens, and I sent Daniel some music that I had been working on, and we liked each other's music and guitar tone a lot. And
That's how all good friendships start.
I was gonna
yeah,
say, so you were trolling Tinder for bandmates originally. Like, if you were just sending the music, like that was your intent on Tinder.
I feel like it was the Wild West back then. It was kind of like I think we both made like various friends off because there wasn't at the time. I don't think there was like Tinder for friends. I think that's a thing now. So it was kind of like, well, you know, whatever your intention is, as long as you're honest about it,
yeah.
no one will judge you too hard.
Beautiful. You mentioned the guitar tones too. I took some notes while I was listening, which I don't normally do. I'm not very studious, but the guitar tones on this one specifically just make me so fucking happy. Like
Hell yeah.
these are how guitars should sound. I don't want to sound too old fashioned, but it should sound like this. Like it's this perfect. Like, what was his name from Third Eye Blind? Was it Kevin Cadigan, the other guitarist in the band? It's just like this, like spacey, ethereal, like, and just like very pretty licks.
Wow.
So
Thank
I
you.
love that. It's a
High
good
praise.
reference.
doing good there. Yeah. So bummer pop is a good way to describe it. The new record, what was the process on this one here on Still Life?
So in the past, every record we've made it a little bit differently. Partly due to life and partly due to just trying things out. So the record before Still Life we made live. So we were in the studio all together in a room playing all the songs. And a lot of the parts were written in that like 1 week period. It was a whirlwind.
Oh no, Daniel got a call.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, yeah,
Well,
you're gonna have to pick
I
up
can
for
pick
me.
up.
Yeah, yeah. You were there, right?
Yeah, I was.
Sick. Fill in, bro.
Yeah, that making self-help was so fun and so chaotic. Um, and I'm really glad that we did it that way because I think that we are definitely like we really thrive as a live band. Um, and self-help captured that really well, but I also think that uh having more time to sift through it was really helpful for this record. We still did one guitar, bass, and drums live in the same room with Daniel or I, whichever one of us wasn't playing, um, in the control room, listening, giving feedback. Um, and that just gave us so much more breathing room, both in the studio and then also just in our lives, because our lives are so different between there being a couple parents in the band now, and I tour a hell ton with other bands. So our scheduling was just crazy. But that meant we got to kind of write and record in real time
Mhm.
and mix the two processes of live and at our leisure in Daniel's basement really nicely, and also got to bring in some of our friends. It was important to us to make this like a community effort in some ways. So we had a rotating cast of people producing certain stuff. Our friend Harris
Like other
Passeltiner,
friends from Boston and stuff.
uh, some, I guess,
Okay.
or no, that really Harris isn't. in Boston, is he? No,
He's the closest. He's Western
the
Mass.
closest. Western Mass. Yeah, he's in a band called Darlingside and is an absolute wizard with guitar stuff. I built a pedal this week because I couldn't recreate what he had
Sick.
done with a couple of the tones on the record with what I had. I've been threatening to do this for 2 years. I'm just gonna build it. It's for Harris, and then we had Dan Campbell of the Wonder Years producing vocals.
That's a good get there, yeah, Mr. Campbell.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
you
he's the
guys
best.
toured with them, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, a couple times.
So that how that relationship began?
It began in 2018 when he followed us on the internet, and we were like, "What the hell?" Uh,
And then he called us, and we had a really great chat and became friends.
yeah. He was
Yeah,
like, "Can I help you in any way? Like, I like your guys' band. Like, what do you need?" And we just
You're like,
became friends,
what are
and
you thinking? Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
and he's just an amazing songwriter and vocalist, and so, like, a great sounding board for any ideas we have, or how to make the word "fuck" sound angry without screaming, stuff like that.
Beautiful. He was catching like a little flack a couple weeks ago. They performed at WrestleMania, but he didn't have a live mic. And I think people that were in the know realized it's not because of like lip syncing shit. It's because if you give that man a live mic, he's gonna say some shit that maybe the publicly traded MAGA
yeah.
company wouldn't fuck with, Like,
That's
which good for him.
exactly why they wouldn't. He and I talked about it a couple days before, actually. He was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm pissed about it, but also I can't blame them because he like looked directly into the camera at some, I don't remember what the show was, but it was being live streamed by Amazon and looked straight into the camera and went off.
Yeah.
Uh,
Was that, I think it was Warped
WrestleMania
Tour
knew.
last year?
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
yeah, where you got very much like it was very like fuck eyes, free Palestine, and going
Yeah.
in on it and just yeah. And Warped Tour is a little different than yeah,
Yeah, true punk through and through, but I think
exactly. I
WrestleMania
like
knew, like, yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
That's
WrestleMania
awesome.
knew, and he wasn't gonna be like, "No, Becky, we're not gonna play you out." Are you kidding me? That man fucking loves wrestling. I
Of
don't know.
Yeah.
course,
I would've
right?
done it too.
You're gonna take the opportunity.
Yeah,
Very cool.
absolutely.
Yeah. Props to Dan Campbell. Wow. Um, Amy, if you don't mind me asking, what's the connection and what is the backstory? Who was Marin in your life?
Yeah, Maryanne was this really wonderful, wacky person that, I worked for right out of college. Um, I was fresh out of music school, and as you famously do with a Bachelor of Music, you get on Craigslist looking for jobs and end up in home healthcare. Um,
Typical pipeline, yeah.
yeah, classic pipeline. Yeah, she was really special and required round the clock help. Um, and for some reason, I read the listing, was like, I'm not equipped for this, but ended up sending her an email anyway, and we hit it off. So I worked for her for the last, like 6 months of her life, and she became my best friend. It was, like, the most wonderful, infuriating, funny,
Sick.
brilliant person.
That's beautiful. So how did that loss kind of like impact the making of this record specifically?
We were writing a record right around the 10-year anniversary of her death, and when that initially happened, was so I thought I was ill-equipped to do the job. I was ill-equipped to have, like, that kind of heavy emotional traumatic experience more than anything. I was, untherapied, um,
Yeah.
just very untreated anxiety, and I couldn't talk to anybody about it. I didn't know how to, and, um, like, wanted to respect the privacy of her experience. it was like a really isolating thing that over time I've been able to open up about. But you come up on an anniversary like that, and I was looking at my trajectory and how that grief, um, I don't think grief goes away. It just changes. It's something that I'm discovering new mountains to climb in that grieving process all the time, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think I learn a lot about myself,
Mhm.
and how Marin impacted me through it, and that's how we ended up with Unmade Bed. It exists in the same cinematic universe as Guest Room from the EP Deliberately Alive a few years ago.
Okay.
Um, both in the same vein of like, I really want this person to be proud of me, but she would also say, you don't have shit to prove to anyone but yourself.
Sick. Was this 2014 or 2015 she passed?
20, oh my God, 2014. Yeah,
What month?
June.
Wild.
We'll be on tour for that anniversary.
What's the day?
The 26th,
Wait,
24th.
Wild.
do you feel like sharing what you do
Yeah,
on her
what's your
death day?
that's
Oh
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
I'm asking because
firstly,
my
I
mom passed away
don't.
a month before that, so I get the
Oh,
anniversary thing.
gotcha.
I felt like the timeline synced up there. I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your
I'm doing
ritual?
an insane thing and checking to see if I got the date right. Um, it's the 25th or 26th. I'm not going to be on my phone during this. Um,
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
yeah,
Same as Michael Jackson, I think. Wow.
shit.
Well,
Um,
welcome back, Michael. Wait, no, that doesn't work. That.
Yeah.
my
Reverse, yeah,
tradition every
fuck.
year is that so Marin loved olives. Real like big food person, and at this
Uh-huh.
point in my life uh
You were a
like
college student.
I had just finished
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Was like just a total degenerate. My other job was driving pedicabs. Uh so
Shout out degeneracy though, but yeah.
yeah, truly. Um and I'd fed myself just horrifically, except when I was at her house. Because she would be like, you gotta fucking eat, bud. What the fuck are you doing?" And 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 then I would say, "Yeah, okay, fine." She'd go, "Well, here's what I would make." And I better fucking make the food that she suggested I make. I better. So I ate really well, but the one thing that she always suggested that I refused to eat were olives. I hate olives. Fuck olives. Not for me. It touches the food, it's tainted. I'm out. But every year on her death day, I try a fancy olive just to see if anything has changed. Because she used to tell me, you just haven't had a good one," and she'd take me to the olive bar
The
at
Olive Garden,
Sophia,
so to speak.
the Olive Garden at Sophia's in Belmont,
I was gonna
Massachusetts.
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That might be the most sentimental, beautiful story that's ever been told on this show. Wow. Um, fuck. On my the day my mom died, I'll eat grapes. But I like grapes. I don't fucking hate grapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's an easier thing. It's an easier process.
Grapes are
Yours is
Yeah.
good.
much more beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Everybody likes
Grapes
grapes.
are
You know?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grapes are good. I'm glad it's a pleasant ritual for you entirely, and not like pleasant in the fucked up way. Mine is pleasant.
No, yours is more therapeutic in its own way. Um,
Maybe.
so speaking of Unmade Bed, there's a Pain Olympics reference. Is that a reference to like that old website Pain
Oh
Olympics
God,
thing from
dude.
like the 2000s?
I
We're
said
I
this
like in
to
this,
Amy.
we're
I
in the
was like,
same age range. Yes.
yeah, I
yeah,
said
we're
this to
all
Amy. I'm like,
familiar.
I wonder if people are gonna remember that video.
I just it didn't occur to me until I sent um the lyrics over to Daniel and Dan, and was like, "Hey, I rewrote this verse. What do you think?" And they're like, "Fuck, I forgot about that video, and I wish I could forget again."
Right? Yeah. It was a different time. It was a different time.
Yeah,
Speaking
certainly.
of lyrics, going from the Pain Olympics reference to maybe one of the more heart-wrenching fucking songs I've heard all year so far, Double Down. Um, kill me, Amy. Kill me, Amy. Um, Just a beautiful song, like so tell me who's the gay one line, the correct, like it's just such like it's like, sometimes with songwriting, you want it to be like a very universal experience, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's universal to a group, but it like, to me is like the straight white normie 30 something year old man, like it shouldn't be relatable, but it's like, this is so fucking heartbreaking. And it's like, that finds the right kid. Like that's such a fucking important song. Like how painful is writing a song like that compared to an already painful experience, like writing, about loss or grief?
Yeah, it took a long time to get that one out. Like, that chorus I was sitting on for a very long time, and getting to the "Tell me who's the gay one" lyric or the correct slur lyric. I was like, "This is funny, right?" And everyone around
It's
me was like, I guess it's funny.
right.
Yeah,
It's one of those
sure."
uncomfortable things. Like it's like I guess the closest I'd have to something like this is like I said, like straight white guy would be like, my mom died, so like I can make dead mom jokes and they're funny to me, but it's uncomfortable. So yeah, to other people, it's like this is maybe uncomfortable, but to you, you're like, this is fucking golden, right? Like and it is
Yeah.
like at the end, like when he gets that I'm someone's son now, I'm just like, oh, I want to ugly cry to this. Like it's so I'm like, this is so like I swear, like I do not normally take notes for songs. I was just like, I need to remember parts of this. Like, fuck, this was so good.
Damn, thank you, dude. Yeah,
No,
it was
thank you for writing that fucking song. Wow.
thank you. It's extremely cathartic. Um, Definitely some nights it's a hard one to play. I think it oscillates between being painful and joyful, for different reasons, but I think it's a song that I need now as an adult, and I hope that it finds somebody else that needs it.
Yeah, no, are you familiar with the band The Low Blow out of Tennessee?
Yeah.
My friend Patsy, there's one of their songs, Dead Nettles. And my friend Hunter and I were just like, this is like, he's young and trans kid. And he's just like, this is like the top, like, I'm like, that's what I thought when I heard it. I'm like, this fucks me up. I can't imagine how it makes you feel. I texted him earlier. I was like, bro, wake up. Next week, the new Trans Anthem 2026 drops. Like, and like, I was like, this one, I was like, Future Teens. I was like, this one's going to fuck you up, bro. Like, this is a song. God damn. Like, so
Thank you.
well done. On a musical note, like musically, sonically, and the like, what are your influences on this record? Because I hear so many things, and I'm curious if they line up with what happens in your heads.
Um, I think we typically don't. That's one thing that isn't planned. Like we
Of
write these
course.
songs and we think about the lyrics a lot. We think about the instrumentation, the arrangement, how they'll feel live. But eh, every every time we've written a record together, it's always kind of just come together in the word is overused, but organic way, where
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
of course.
we're
And
just
even if
on the
you went
same
into it like,
page.
hey, we want it to sound like this, you're probably not gonna be able to do it exactly.
Yeah, I think we've just been making music together so long that we're on the same page with everything regarding tones. We're down to experiment. Neither of us are very precious at this point about things. We want to
Yeah.
push each other further, and that was partly why we got multiple producers to work with us. We also worked with a friend on mixing who is traditionally a live sound engineer, and we played live so long and capturing we like how our arrangements sound live. So having someone, um, our friend Andy Clark, mix the record almost with
It's
that live
interesting.
energy in mind,
Interesting because
was very cool, and unexpected. Oh, this is kind of what it sounds like live already, and now it's just recorded and sound, and you can hear everything really well, like you're in a nice room.
every like sound like link I could make in my head was pretty much a band from like the tape day, like right before the switch to everything being like DAWs and stuff like that, like very digital. Like I'm thinking like, oh, like I said, like Third Eye Blind, like this is like 90s suburban mom rock at times. Like I'm getting like
Totally.
maybe like
Totally.
Metric or something like that, like Fountains of Wayne, Smoking Popes, like all these like very cool with like just well done pop rock songs almost. And it's like these should be, you know, like if this was a proper world still and they still played guitars on the radio, like 7 of these fucking songs are singles. And it's like, what is it? I'm like, are they like, is this like, are they Heartland rock like guys? Are they fucking like, are they like, what is it? I couldn't figure it out.
What did Christine say? Farm emo?
Farm emo. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very like Heartland. Yeah. It's like Heartland rocky, like Menzingers at times. I grew up in Canada and parts of it reminded me of like certain Canadian bands for some reason.
Sick.
Which is very interesting.
Which ones? Curious.
Like Matthew Good Band. Is Filter Canadian? In my head, Filter's Canadian. Filter.
Oh wow. Wait.
Yeah, just
Filter, like the If You Want to Take My Picture song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just like very like and obviously like Third Eye Blind. And I think I wrote in here on one of the tracks, I called it Bad Faith. I said Bad Faith makes me want to crash my car. It's like evil Weezer. And that is, I mean that in the most complimentary way. I was
so
like, this
funny.
is a dirty fucking, like, this is great. It's like Rivers, if Rivers wasn't like incel, bro, you know? It's like, there's something nefarious, there's an edge to this. Like, I like it.
It's so funny.
No, and a win's a win. Same thing. Like my note on that, I'll give it to you is like, this is a perfect, my God, this is a perfect indie rock band. They should be playing at 6 p.m. on Saturday at Lollapalooza. I don't know who does Perry Farrell still book Lollapalooza? Perry Farrell, if you're listening to this, I know you're probably a big fan.
What's up, Perry?
Yeah, what's up, Perry Farrell? Yeah, I hope things have worked out with you and David. That's what his friends call him, is David.
I don't know any of these people.
No, yeah. If you pretend you do, like eventually other people. It
sound convincing. Yeah.
Speaking of tones and the like, there's a few times on this record where like it gets into like bridges or outros where like it feels like the song goes very purposely from this nice kind of like well kept, it's in the lines pop indie song, and then it gets these parts and like the guitars start getting fuzzier and it kind of gets purposely messier. Like are these very purposeful decisions? Like how important are like, you know, the sonic tones and the like to you? Because you mentioned that early, so I feel like you guys are a bit of a guitar band.
Yeah, we love gear and tone.
I was gonna say, yeah, we got true gear nerds here.
Yeah, I mean, both Amy and I are guitarists, so we, well, that being said, we both play bass as well in various projects throughout our music careers, but we definitely, I think it's helpful, even when we were playing DIY, I remember, you know, we would set up our amps, which were often smaller than the other bands we were playing with, like reasonable size, I would say. Same amps we use now.
Yeah.
We would tilt them not directly at the audience's faces. And then we would sound check, which meant in a basement, one person stands out where the crowd is, aka like 2 feet from the stage, air quotes. And we would just play and be like, okay, our guitar is a similar volume. Is there too much bass in one? Like kind of like just trying to do our own little mix and make it sound decent. And so that ethos has carried from the beginning of the band of like, okay, your guitar tone is a little bit more, I don't know, country, like Nashville style. So let's make the lead guitar have what's the pedal you just built? Like a ring modulator or whatever, like really fuck it up. To kind of contrast that sweetness of the other guitar. So we're always thinking of that kind of stuff.
We're thinking like big picture with tone of how do these two things interact with each other, like both live and for the record. Like live, Daniel turns the bass all the way down on his amp and the treble almost all the way up.
No, not all the way up.
It's pretty high. You crank
twinkly.
I was gonna say, is that? Oh yeah, keep going.
Maybe
with
you don't.
Is
I
that
guess
how
maybe
you get
it's
that
just the
fucking
bass all
tone
the way
on there?
down.
Bass all the way down, definitely. You don't need that. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm a
guitarist.
guitarist.
There's already a fucking bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right. It already exists, bro. Chill.
Yeah, I feel like between our two guitars live, we have like a full EQ curve, but it's very like intentional. And on the record, it's a similar approach of like one guitar doesn't need to fill all of the space because we have two guitars to fill the correct amount of space.
Right.
I think this record was kind of a little bit of an exercise in how do we do more with less, like not being super maximalist about it. And definitely
there's a lot of parts too, like it's where it's not a bunch of layered shit. It's kind of, there's a groove going, there's a bass and a guitar, but there's little empty moments, like it's kind of in a pocket and there's space for things to breathe. So like that tiny little guitar part like kind of has so much more warmth and like size to it.
Yeah. We like dynamics.
Yeah. No, that's like I said, I put in here like Harm Production. I was like, God, this is my fucking band. LOL. The heavy part at the end, they do dissonance and dynamics so well. It feels like you're living in the song. I give you guys like a full fucking review here. And it's like a 10-star one. Yeah, this is. But one of my main notes while we're still nerding out on this record, you know what you guys do really fucking good? Let's just keep glazing you.
Yeah,
second verses.
Like,
second verses. You guys are so good at second verses. Do you know what I'm saying here? We're like, the first verse happens. I feel like sometimes the second verse is just a repeating verse or something like that. Whereas like, it feels like the song is kind of when you get to the second verse on a lot of these tracks, it feels like you're actually like picking up and like, okay, now the roller coaster is going at a steadier speed, but it kicks in differently.
I always say second verse is the best part of any song, or it should be.
If it should be, if you do it fucking right.
Yeah, I think so.
Otherwise, the second verse is the most throwaway part of the track.
Daniel, I don't think I've ever heard you say that, but I do believe that you feel that. I think that you show don't tell.
I've never said it about our songs.
He's thought it.
Why do you think
it shows?
No, I have said it. I have said it because I've shit on Mr. Brightside before.
Oh,
it's just the same fucking thing. That's the exact same thing.
It.
Perfect song. Just that's the one part where it's like, okay, the only. Same thing.
Why? Perfect song. Other like you just come on. Like what? It's not that hard. Your lyrics they're mostly dick jokes anyway. So like,
right? Come on. You could have. Yeah, you got pent up Mormon kid energy. Come on, Brandon Flowers. I know you got fucking 8 more lines in you son of a bitch. Daniel, what kind of room is this you're in here, bud? This looks like are you Tim Toolman Taylor? Is this?
I'm in my pinball workshop.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this.
Nah, that's right. No, what I've been doing
no, that's private.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is private stuff. Don't ask.
I don't know if there's video for this or not, but what I've been doing because I can't stay still is I've been sorting springs into different bags. These are all just different springs. So that's my job is I repair and operate pinball machines in the Boston area.
No way.
Yeah, that's true.
That's awesome. We have a friend of the show, Tori, of Torytown in Holyoke, Mass. I think that's Western Mass. But she is a pinball wizard.
Really?
She all about that shit. So I'm curious if she's been pounding away on your pinball machines.
Yeah, we're a little far from. We're about
I'm
hour
sure
and
she's
40 minutes
she's
or
made
so,
a regional tour of sorts. She's probably played out of towners. Yeah.
Yeah, I run a couple pinball parlors in the Boston area.
That's very cool. That's beautiful. That's sick. I find this to be one of the more fascinating bands we've had on the show. You know what? Is the common equation here? Is it what's going on at Take This to Heart? What's the deal over there?
What about it?
Every band
like
can't
why are
miss.
all the bands good?
Why every single band is good. I think we've had on literally every band from the roster. Every time Joe emails us something, like when your album got announced, it's like, oh, okay, I immediately go listen and it'll be like a song and a half in, I'll email it back. I'll be like, yep, these are the dates we got. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Everyone. Hasn't
It's
been
just
one.
Joe.
I've said no one.
It's Joe. He's just it's his baby, and he has when a lot of other labels would have like sold because he became he's a tastemaker.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he's not doing it for that reason. He's not doing it for the notoriety. He's doing it because he genuinely loves music, which is so rare. in the music industry we've discovered. And yeah, he's just the man.
Is
He's
it
great.
true he has a hot tub? I've heard he has a jacuzzi.
I don't know about
I
this.
I wouldn't. We've stayed at his house, and I don't
You didn't
remember,
see?
but
Okay.
I like that rumor a lot. Like it's like totally
Yeah.
I believe.
inconsequential, but
Yeah, I believe
Big
Mr.
Industry
Hummus
Joe has a
Vacuum.
hot tub, and our
I was
album
gonna say
still
Big
isn't out.
Emo. Yeah, that's Big Emo. Yeah, Joe,
Big Emo.
Jacuzzi Joe over there. That's what. Yeah, Hummus Vacuum. I'm pretty sure told us that, and I believed it in my head. No, Joe's
Jacuzzi
so funny.
Joe.
Jacuzzi Joe. Yeah,
It's really
that's now
funny.
the second time. I'm gonna mash those clips up, and I'm gonna start a fucking. Actually, I shouldn't start any campaigns against Joe. Last week, it's like Friday night at like 8 p.m. West Coast time. I don't know where Joe is, but I'm assuming he's not West Coast.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. I email him because I get this idea where it's like, and I'm gonna say this on the air, but I feel like we're deep enough that hopefully no one rats me out. I haven't even told Amanda about this yet, but like we're gonna do a comp basically. And I was like, well, and I emailed him and a couple other label owners, just like, obviously we'd want a couple of your bands on our compilation. Like maybe we do it every year, donate like, a certain chunk to like, like trans kids in certain neighborhoods, like Palestine or something like that. Like make it like a cool thing that can give back and something fun and physical. And immediately Joe gets back and is like, yeah, let's figure it out. Blah, blah, blah. And he emails me again, like the next day. He's like, hey, do you remember these? Like, do you remember these comps? Like, you should do it like this, do it like that. And it's just like, you're my guy, Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
constantly on it.
Right? No, he's like, I'm in line for a show right now. And he sends me this like unprompted, like, this is what you should do. And I'm like,
we cold emailed him like we had an EP. I think we had an EP that we finished, we put it out, and then we were working on the full record, which was like kind of a companion to the EP. And I sent it to him. I was like, hey, we're a band from Boston. Like, we're future teens if you have any interest. And I was about to get on a plane. And while I was on the plane, an hour later, he's like sending me track by track, like, oh, I really like this song. This song could be the single. Oh, this song's really good too. Like responding like multiple emails, like
as he goes listening.
Unprofessional in the best way.
Sick.
Like just so excited. He was just like showing his cards. I think that's the thing. He doesn't hold his cards back, at least in our experience.
And he was like, I don't believe in card holding. That's the way to do it.
He's like, you guys gonna tour? And in my head, I'm like, we played 3 shows. But I'm like, yeah, we're gonna tour, definitely.
Sick. Very cool. Yeah. No, shout out Joe. Another one of his bands who he sent over since you guys. Snarls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have them on in a month or so, but you're going on a tour with them before that.
Yeah.
Or after that. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, right after.
What's going on there?
June.
Where are we going? When's this start?
It starts June 20th in Philadelphia. It's only about a week, sadly. It's devastating because we love Snarls. And big industry Jacuzzi Joe sent us their new music early, and it's really great.
Oh, it rips, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the metaphorical music, the listening party side of the jacuzzi with you. It's very lukewarm pool, huh? Very lukewarm pool.
Yeah, it rocks. Snarls is so cool. We've wanted to play shows with them for ages. In 2020, my like one of my early Snarls memories. So we haven't met them in real life. But Joe texted me and a member of Snarls and was like, or no, Joe texted me and was like, you guys got to get on TikTok. I was like, I don't, Joe, why?
That's never going to take off.
You're like, yeah, that's what that's,
dude, I don't want
the apps are done. There's already 3 of them.
We're good.
There's too many.
It's for
I'm tired. It's April 2020. We're all unemployed and
it's April 2020. You're like, motherfucker, I got sourdough starter here that honestly I could start like a delivery service maybe.
Yeah. And Joe was like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll set you up with Snarls. They're like cool and young and can teach you how it works. And then put me on a group chat with Snarls about
that's so funny.
Snarls were your TikTok coaches?
I mean, it never came to fruition, but that was the first like I had listened to their music, and then Joe was like, oh, they're cool and young. Like, me too, Joe. Fuck off.
Hey, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. They're with it.
I hate to do any outing here, but I'm assuming are we roughly all in the same general age range of like the middle 30s?
Yeah.
I was born in 1989.
Me too. Wow.
The year of Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I'm in July, so I'm a few months before her.
When in July?
July 30th?
Well, okay. I'm July 4th, but in the 90s. The
Wow.
91 of it all.
91?
Yeah.
Born on the 4th of July, like the movie. Wow.
Yeah. Finally something to celebrate.
Well, finally something to celebrate in this dog shit fucking country. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm with you. Best thing to happen. Were you born in Boston?
No, I was born in Missouri.
Definitely the best thing to ever happen in Missouri. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. There's probably people listening in Missouri. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. My grandpa was born in Missouri, actually. He called it Missouri, though.
Yeah, there's a lot Missouri. There's a Miami, Oklahoma, but people down there call it Miami, Oklahoma.
Love that.
Yeah, I get a little bit of an accent if I'm either worked up about something or I speak to my father.
Right.
'Cause, can't take it out of me.
As fellow olds in our world here, how would you say the scene and the industry is now compared to maybe, like you said, the Pure Volume days or even the 2010s when the band starts pre-COVID? How would you say it is now versus then, better and worse ways?
I miss Pure Volume. That was like the best music discovery tool I ever had.
It was very nice. Very nice. Do you remember Daphne Loves Derby?
Hell yeah, I do.
We had Daphne Loves Derby on here, and it was just like, bro, like you guys were the fucking Pure Volume band. You know,
That's so fucking sick.
Right.
I was gonna say, I feel like
so cool if you're our age.
I feel like there was a time when it felt like you could listen to all the bands on the website. You'd be like, yeah, all right, I listened to them all.
Right, yeah. There was an end to music.
Now I mean, I think it's ultimately very cool, but like we've worked at music venues and played many music venues and seen, we'll go play a show and I'll be like, oh, there's a band playing at the Big Room the next night that is sold out and I've never even heard of them. Then I look them up and I'm like, this band's massively popular. And I think that ultimately that is very good that anyone can find their fan base a lot easier, their niche, rather than like, okay, we're all kind of playing this music and this, or whatever. Like, okay, Long Island emo is really popular.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you'll succeed. If you don't, good luck. So ultimately, I think it's good that we can all kind of create and find our own scene within the, wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the scenes are good, and the industry is a wasteland.
Yes, exactly.
The industry's fucked. But I think the industry being fucked has made the scene better. Like one of my adoptive father, Gabe Saporta from Cobra, like he'll always be like, the industry's dead, the music industry's dead. It's like, you grew up in a world where like labels just kind of came and were like, here you go, pal. Like, yeah, that shit's dead. Like, it's just it's a wild, wild west again where like Noah's Ark happens. Nobody got on the fucking boat except for fucking Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and fucking I don't Justin. Like, that's it. And it's like now it's a wasteland where like those like back in like those bands in the 2000s, you're kind of fighting for spots on the radio, spots on that big tour. Well, guess what, motherfucker? That fucking radio spot on that tour don't exist anymore. But that makes it a beautiful thing where it's like now everyone can kind of benefit. Like you said, like we'll have bands on here. Like I'll be like, I don't really know who that is. And I'll look, it's like, oh, they got fucking 150, 200,000 monthly listeners. Like that's a giant amount of people, like,
yeah.
And
totally.
and they can exist in these pockets. And if things work out and you know how to take advantage of it in ethical ways, yada, yada, like there is ways for bands to survive and thrive now. But more than anything, I think the community is like a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said something to me in my old band, which I found I was offended by at the time, but it's been ringing in my head since, which is bands, and this applies to most art, like bands don't fail, they break up. And I was like, at the time I was like, well, that's not how, like, I was like, I know better. By the way, I was like 22. I definitely didn't know better.
No, at 22, I knew
And
better too. I was the dumbest
yeah,
motherfucker
exactly.
alive. Yeah.
But I think that is part of the Future Teens ethos of like, let's make this sustainable for everyone in the band. And because then we can continue doing it together. If we try to push someone to do something they don't want to do, or tour 10 months out of the year, we're going to burn out. We're going to miss our friends. We're going to miss our family. We're going to be broke. It's like, and then the band's not, then why would we want to do
You're
it? 'Cause we'll be
chasing, and you
miserable.
start chasing dragons and
Yeah.
keeping up with Joneses, and dragons and Joneses aren't real. Sorry, Catherine. Like they're it's you're not having blinders on, chasing, doing your own race,
Yeah.
enjoying your art, and cultivating something nice.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think there have been times where I've gotten hung up on the like, oh, we're not cool enough to get a
Right? Yeah.
cool tour. Why does no
That
one want
band
to
was
take us on a
fucking
cool
just started
tour?
6 months. They were opening for us. Now they got this. Now they just got added onto this one.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm like,
fuck.
thrilled for my friends always,
Mhm.
and also, just getting stuck on like why is nothing changing? But then we play shows. I'm like, oh, it's changing all the time, actually. And like the same people are coming back to every show, and they're bringing their friends. And like we're having these really beautiful, cathartic, communal experiences with people at the shows. Who gives a shit about the cool tour? Who fucking
Yeah.
cares? Because we started this band thinking, I don't know, we're gonna have a nice time. This is cool. And then we
Yeah, we
set
were like,
these,
let's play a
yeah.
show.
And now we've played literally on another continent, and like had people come to
Yeah.
the show and sing along. Things beyond our wildest dreams have happened to us
Sick.
because of this band. So what if the industry is a fucking wasteland, and like Future Teens being our primary mode of income probably isn't a thing? Like, that's fine, because I want to have a good time with my friends, and the way that this industry is structured right now, maybe it wouldn't be so fun if we were on tour 6 months a year just to scrape by and feed our families, like doing this in a way
getting
that's
this
sustainable for
nice
us.
moment that's not sustainable, and
Yeah.
burning out, and you become victims of the industry kind of thing. There's so many more bands now that seem, I guess, smaller in the grand scheme of pop culture, because that doesn't exist anymore. But like, these bands are very well known in their circles. I was at a friend's show the other day, and I can tell you firsthand, I know that man sold nearly $1,000 of merch before he went on stage, and it's like, that's awesome, like fucking,
Totally.
like there's a world for all of us out there, and bands seem to be more friends and lovey. Speaking of that, who are some of the Future Teens, who's part of the Future Teens clique? Who are, if there's some bands you want to shout out, or that you guys kind of came up with, or that you are in your area, who should we maybe be aware of?
That thing when someone asks you like what you've
Yeah.
been listening to lately, or like
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
what your favorite movie is, and then you forget
Yeah.
all media that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's happening to me right now.
I mean, we have a whole game based around that. Remember the game where I'm like, favorite movie 1, 2, 3, and you just have to say whatever comes to your head, and then you'll be like, Shawshank Redemption, and they'll be like, is that true? And you'll be like, no, it's not true. I don't know why I said that.
Right, like, I haven't
fun
seen
game.
it. I felt like it's what you're supposed to fucking say.
There are so many cool bands that we've gotten to play shows with, and or like friends we've made in basements that went on to be in bands we love. Like, I think Ben from Arm's Length booked some of our first DIY shows in New Jersey. Fucking love Arm's Length, and it's so cool to
You're
see.
the second band that's brought that, him booking their shows, and I remember being so confused because I was like, I thought they're Canadian.
I think they are, except Ben. Maybe
I felt like like a freaking uncle when I looked up his band. I was like, "Oh, how's Ben's band doing?" I'm like,
When
"Fucking
you're like,
playing
oh shit, they're
Paradise? What
kind
the
of
hell?"
like, it's basically
Yeah.
it's like them and Hot Mulligan are like the two biggest bands in our world right now.
I was
Man,
like, "Oh,
fucking
good, that's
Hot
They
great."
do
Mulligan
well.
too. We were first of
Oh
5
yeah,
on Hot Mulligan's first like true headliner in 2019, and I just
Sick.
was guitar teching for another band on the bill with them, like opening for fucking Pierce the Veil. Like those guys are absolutely crushing it and are the same
San Diego
fucking
legends, Pierce the
the
Veil.
same goofs they've always been. Yeah, Pierce the Veil, big sweeties. They were really cool to see play. Who else do we love? Oh, a like a up and comer Boston band that I think you might be into is called Hyper, like hyper with a B in the middle. They're
Interesting.
cool
Okay,
as
writing
fuck.
it down.
I sing on a song on their upcoming record,
Okay.
and it was so fun to do. They're really cool.
but yeah, we've gotten to play with a lot of. We've gotten to honestly. I feel like when this band started, there were a lot of bands that I listened to as like, because I didn't grow up listening to any really emo or pop punk music until I was like 22, and I was like, "Hey, this is
Sick.
cool." And then
What was your first emo / pop punk band then, as like an almost fully grown adult?
I mean, well, okay. To be fair, I did listen to the Get Up Kids in high school. That was the exception.
Okay, of all the ones to listen to, that's a pretty fucking cool one. Okay.
And then but here's how little I knew. I went to the Get Up Kids show at the Worcester Palladium, and I was like, "This is great. No one's in the front. I can just be right in the front and like see the show so close."
It's great. Yeah, and you're like,
"Yeah,
fuck,
I'm gonna have
I got
such a good
kicked in the
time."
head, I think.
Yeah, and within the first 20 seconds of the first song, I had like 2 beers spilled on me, and I got kicked in the head 3 times, and I was like, "Oh, okay, got it." And
Shout
I
out the
asked,
Worcester Palladium. There
yeah,
we go.
I asked the bouncer. I was like, "Can you get me out of here?" And he just like lifted me
Lifted
up
you over?
and put
Sick.
me. And I was like, "Wow!" I
How old
feel
were
like
you?
I was like 21,
That's
22.
sick. You got uppies from a fucking bouncer, or from a
It was
fucking
amazing. How often do you
sick.
get picked up like as an
Right?
adult?
I need a
Well,
ride.
yeah, I'm like 5'7", 150. I can get picked up quite a bit. Yeah.
But yeah, we played. We got to tour with Max Seal and obviously the Wonder Years, Aaron West. Like we were supposed to tour Spanish love songs. We love Spanish love songs. We're still trying to tour with them. Yeah, I mean,
Need
Pool
the tour
Kids,
that
they're
never
blowing
happens
up.
to
We play with
happen.
Pool Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, the Pool Kids Max Seal show in an auto garage. One of the more legendary shows of all time.
What's the order here? We got Max Seal, Pool Kids, Future Teens. What was the?
I think we played. I think we played second at that show, but that was because we were local.
Okay.
And Max Seal was like local because they like sort of lived in Boston a little bit somehow or something.
Yeah, was it like
I don't really
Pool Kids Us Max Seal or the other way around?
But it was like deeply DIY. Like
it was literally at an auto body shop.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
What genre do you guys consider yourselves here? Because, emo is this wide-ranging thing now, and especially like in 2026, a lot of emo has become tappy emo.
Yeah.
But and I like I said, I'm listening. I'm hearing like a lot of great 90s alt rock and indie rock. What genre? Where do you classify yourselves? 1, in general amongst yourselves, and 2, if you're talking to some random motherfucker in an elevator that's maybe not totally in the know.
Yeah. I think most recently I called it emo adjacent indie rock.
Emo adjacent is the safest way to do shit. I do that all the time, where I say emo adjacent just to avoid having the weirdos argue you kind of thing.
Yeah, and also I don't want to say I'm in an emo band to like my friend's dad.
That's why I meant the elevator
a
one
normie
kind of
in
thing.
an elevator.
Where it's like, what do you say if you're at like a family random event or something, and like,
I say I'm in a 4-piece rock band.
There you go. Yeah, and they're like, what do you do? Like covers, originals?
Yeah, exactly. And then I say, and we play original songs. That's exactly right.
That's cool. Yeah, and then they'll be like, I got a buddy that used to tour with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you're like, fucking right on. Hope it wasn't a fucking 13-year-old kid. Like, sheesh. Anthony Kiedis, you gotta watch yourself, bud. before I let you go and all that, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to that we have maybe touched on here regarding the new record, where people can find you? You know, actually, I have something before we get to that. When I first heard the band name, I was picturing two things. I was picturing like Future Teens is either like a reference from a non-existent "I Think You Should Leave" sketch. It hasn't happened yet, but I can see Sam saying Future Teens.
Yeah, totally.
Or it's like a super cool Fox cartoon or live action like young adult show on like 4 p.m. in like 1998.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
if you had to
genre.
expand the future, if you had to expand the Future Teens IP and kind of start getting into the grifting multimedia sphere, what would you do? Which of those sounds good to you?
I love the latter. I think Saturday morning like television show sounds great. Well,
like it's like kind of like Spy Kids almost, but like they're future teens. They could be from the future or they live in the future, but they like kind of they save the day a lot.
Sure.
A lot of good morals. Yeah.
Wait, do you want to know what it really is from, or do you want to keep the mystery alive?
No, I want to hear your version because Amy touched on it, but I'm curious.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, what did you say, Amy?
Well, I told the bit about how like Future Teens started as a band imagining they had written these songs in high school and then reunited the band and kept playing the same songs.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that.
Beautiful.
It's been a while, but I wondered, and I played in a band with teenage fans for a little while, and I wondered if the fans would like if the fan base would stay teenage and people would age out of the band, or if future teens would listen to the band,
sick,
or if people would age with the band. Now the answer was that people aged out and then the band broke up. So
yeah, the future, it's more
the
like
future
the sad
teens
part
did
of those
not
movies.
get
the
into
future
it.
teens, future teens, there is no future teens. It
was for the best. It was absolutely for the best. Yeah.
Well, on that heavy note, I thank you both for joining.
It's funny. It's good.
I thank you both for joining me. Still Life made. I'm going to go on a limb and say I see this probably ending up in my top 10 AOTYs. So great job. Where can these people find you on the internet?
Future Teens USA on all of the socials. FutureTeensOfAmerica.com on all of the places where you can stream 4-piece rock bands that play original music.
That play originals, yeah. It's nice of you.
Have I missed anything?
Nice for you to start taking back the USA and of America stuff, because it's been a while where the fuck faces kind of, you can't really say those words without being lumped in with fucking
I know
cousin fuckers and science deniers. No, not a fan. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I should probably wrap it up there, man. It gets mad at me when I get too deep.
Thanks for having us.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out, you did.